engaging topic. You keep coming back for these videos. That's the reason I keep making them, because they challenge all of us, don't they? Here's yet another one. Gay men agree with my theory, shared background of unresolved traumatic issues and or negative relationship with their father. So here's another comment that this keeps coming up. I need to make a video to fully address this. So here we go. Quote, according to your theory, I should be gay. My father and I had a poor relationship and he was absent through work for 6 months of the year. When he returned, he was very domineering. I was surrounded by a clan of women who actually raised me. They brought forth and encouraged my artistic and culinary side. As a youngster, I had a serious accident that made traditional sports almost possible. So we've got the negative relationship with the father and we've got the traumatic event that I keep talking about that most gay men seem to have in common. Okay, so there we go. So let's see here. I was doomed to be gay, but I'm not. I found relationships and have been married for 30 years. We have gay friends, male and female, who tell their stories about when they first discovered their sexuality. In some of the stories, violence and abuse is a theme. I don't think it's fair to present a theory that's overgeneralized and then to limit the comments to only those who have been afflicted. It might be better to help young parents be parents and helping them to raise their children in an open, loving, caring environment without physical or psychological abuse from them, their teachers, coaches, priests, pastors, ministers, group leaders, gurus. Lots of food for thought, end quote. So here's what I want to address in this. So I think some people are not, it must be my fault for not communicating it clearly enough. Here's what I'm saying. If you had a traumatic event in your life that got unresolved in your youth and a negative relationship with your father, it's not that that makes you gay. It's the opposite. It is that you're gay, you're a gay man, okay? So please tell me that you have a very positive relationship with your father and you didn't have some kind of trauma in your life that you never resolved. See, it's the reverse. It's almost, and I think I've given this example before, here it is. Most Muslims in the world are in Indonesia. Most people in the Middle East are Muslim. But most Muslims are not in the Middle East. So for me, it's like that. It's like that concept. I'm not saying if these two things happen to you, you become gay. No, because there's way too many exceptions to the rule of that. I don't care anything about that theory. I'm saying when you look at people who are gay and you hear their stories, they have that shared background. And no, there's not enough comments about this, so let me say it again to give you an opportunity for comments. I'm also putting into this whole category about unresolved trauma and negative relationship with your father. That's not just gay men that have that in common. So will somebody leave a comment about this? Because why is this part being ignored? I'm saying that in the same way that every gay man I've ever met in my life has had unresolved trauma from their youth and a negative relationship with their father. In the same way, they seem to all have that same backstory. That's also the case for alcoholics, drug addicts, and people who suffer from severe depression. It's the same thing. So what I'm saying ultimately is, here's what I'm really saying. Okay, how do I put it today? Okay, so a person has unresolved trauma, a negative relationship with their father. Am I saying that's going to make you gay, a drug addict, an alcoholic, or have severe depression? Am I saying that? No. And so I'm not looking for exceptions to the rule of that, because that's not even what I'm saying. The opposite. What I'm saying is, if we polled 1,000 different people who were gay men, alcoholics, drug addicts, and suffered from severe depression, and overlap with some of those, and 1,000 people, and that's the only people we polled. And I asked the question, did you have a negative relationship with your father and unresolved trauma from your youth? Out of those 1,000 people, most of them are going to say yes. Okay? But if you get 100 or 1,000 straight men and ask them the same question, you wouldn't have as many people that said that. You may have 25%, you may even have a third, you may even have half, but you're not going to have most. That is my point. That is what I'm here to express. So there you go. There's a 5-minute video to clarify what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not that those things make you gay. It's the fact that most gay people have that shared background. So you may encounter those things and end up as straight as the next guy. I know so many men who have lived through those two things I keep talking about, and they're not gay, they're not alcoholics, they're not drug addicts, and they don't suffer from depression. It doesn't affect everybody. Some people actually end up dealing with the trauma somehow. I mean, even without a professional, somehow they're able to sort it out. Many are able to sort it out. Many men have unresolved trauma that they somehow struggle through and deal with, and they don't fall into one of those categories. So we get 1,000 straight men, poll them on that question, and you'll find, yeah, there's a decent amount that had a negative relationship with their father and unresolved trauma in their life. A lot of men. 25%, 30, 50, whatever it is. But you ask the same, or not the same men, a different set of men, all gay, 1,000 men, you're going to have the majority that say yes. That is what I'm saying. Your comments belong right here.